Chapter 5. The Italian Tour. The fame of Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart had already spread across Europe. His father, Leopold, knew that Italy was the true home of opera and the center of musical tradition. To establish his son's reputation, he resolved to take him on a tour through the great cities of Italy. This journey was to prove decisive in Mozart's development as a composer. In December 1769, Wolfgang and his father set out from Salzburg. Their first destination was Verona, where Wolfgang performed before distinguished audiences. His playing and compositions were received with admiration, and his reputation grew. From Verona, they traveled to Milan, one of the most important musical centers of Italy. There Wolfgang was introduced to leading musicians and patrons, who recognized his extraordinary gifts. The highlight of the tour came in Bologna, where Wolfgang was examined by Padre Martini, one of the greatest theorists of the age. Martini was deeply impressed by the boy's knowledge of counterpoint and his ability to compose with mastery. He welcomed Wolfgang into his circle and gave him encouragement that strengthened his confidence. This recognition from such an authority was of immense importance. In Rome, Wolfgang was admitted to hear the famous Miserere by Gregorio Allegri, performed in the Sistine Chapel. The work was closely guarded, and copies were forbidden. Yet after hearing it once, Wolfgang was able to write it down from memory, reproducing the music with astonishing accuracy. This feat amazed all who heard of it, and added to his reputation as a prodigy of genius. The tour also brought Wolfgang commissions. In Milan, he was asked to compose an opera for the carnival season. The result was Mithridate, Ridi Ponto, performed in 1770. The opera was a great success, and it showed that Mozart, though still a youth, could handle the demands of serious opera with skill and imagination. His ability to write for the stage was confirmed, and his future as an opera composer was assured. Throughout the Italian journey, Wolfgang absorbed the styles of the great masters of opera. He studied the works of Johann Christian Bach, Niccolò Gemelli, and other composers, learning from their techniques and blending them into his own voice. His genius was nourished by this contact with Italian traditions, and his art took on new depth and richness. The journey lasted more than a year, and the Mozarts visited many cities, including Florence, Naples, and Venice. Everywhere Wolfgang's talent was admired, and his fame spread further. By the time he returned to Salzburg in 1771, he was no longer merely a prodigy. He was recognized as a composer of real power, capable of creating works that could stand beside those of the greatest masters of Italy. Thus, the Italian tour was a turning point in Mozart's life. It gave him recognition from the foremost authorities, success on the operatic stage, and inspiration from the traditions of Italian music. It prepared him for the greater achievements that were soon to follow, and it established his place among the leading composers of Europe.